for Ipswich, haven't we? We know they've got the squad, the depth, the quality has been evident throughout, but just as I alluded to a few moments ago, a couple of off days on the road, which has hindered them in comparison
here we go.
to the top two who have shown a little better consistency
Ipswich Hull City.
in recent weeks. You know, they're putting together a strong run now. We've got to do the business tonight to stay on the toes. Ball here by Luis Kumas. On loan from Liverpool, having spent the first half of the season in the Championship of Birmingham City. This is his second league start for the club tonight. Paddy McNair, winning Hull City a throw. Well, Louis Coyle will take it. Hull City through and through the captain. Now more than 200 appearances for his hometown club. Typifies the combative nature and the tenacity of this Hull City team. Now across to John Egan. Taking the direct route, good header away by Greaves, who provides Ipswich with some extra height in that left back position. Could be key when combating the Hull-threaded set pieces. Yeah, it's a little bit of a different makeup when you have Jack Clark playing off the left-hand side, because he wants to play with chalk on his boots at the weekend. With Monetti, he naturally wants to float in field, almost becoming a second number 10. So you don't have the necessity for your left-back to fly forward this evening. Leif Davis and Monetti, much different combination to that of Greaves and Clark this evening. Now on the run here is Jack Taylor, looking for Jacob Greaves. Good work by Hughes. Taylor again. Kipre. Given away by Jack Clark, straight to Jave. Fouled by Greaves. £50 million he cost from Hull City, who were his first club. Former Championship Team of the Year player. By Ivo Pandor. Played every game in the league once again this season for Hull.
So no McBurney tonight.
Goes Kipre, and it seemed to hit the back of either.
He's on the bench.
Now Kulas. Johnny. He's forced to go back to Egan.
Massive game tonight.
Ball out to Johnny. Isn't really a focal point in the centre of the Hull City there, and Johnny wins the throw off Jack Taylor. A terrific ball from Egan, and Johnny tied it up really nicely, but as you said, he had to look square, he had to look back, because there was no one making the 18-yard box. Has to be. Whether it's Gelhardt, whether it's Miller from the opposite side, Kumas, one of those guys has to step into Ollie McBurney's shoes when they're in that type of position. Goes Hurst with McNair, Regan Slater. Nunez, the man to bring it down for Ipswich, and lovely close control by Jack Clark.
Good tackle.
Square into the challenge of Egan.
Great tackle, Egan.
They did well actually, because the one thing he's not going to want to do is get into
Come on, Miller.
Egan with Jack Clark, so he read the line of the ball really intelligently there, committed to the challenge and won the ball.
This is not good.
Really looking for Nunez. Now Hurst, not offside.
Remember, best team away from home.
Greaves.
5 straight wins. It's one of the best teams at home. One defeat all season. Something has to give tonight.
Matty Seawer.
Something has to give tonight.
Taylor again, lively early on here. Jack Clark. Kipre, long way out. Furlong. Good work by Crooks. Ipswich are going to have to
Welcome
be
to the
patient
watch along.
tonight against this well-drilled Hull City back line.
Ipswich versus Hull City.
Clark.
Live
Taking on
from Portman
Gelhardt.
Road. First one I've done of these. Don't know if it'll be any good.
Greaves to cross in towards Nunez and away by Egan.
Cut out well by Egan there. Come on!
Kipre made a mistake and now Kumas is...
Come on, Kumas, play it!
Absolutely free. Kumas.
Oh.
A bit late and in nips Dara.
Too long!
Kipre left it for O'Shea.
Too
He was
long!
actually retreating towards his own goal. Bit of a waste by Kumas ultimately.
Now Nunez, and this is central Wally Eggerly. Can he find a way to goal? Good block by Coyle.
Got the bodies back. First time really in transition with Hull committing bodies to the attack. That was space to exploit. But look, line of three really covering Pandor's far post. Eggerly's going to do well to squeeze it onto the target.
The first corner of the night is an Ipswich corner. Eggerly, the £17.5 million man. Plenty of targets to aim at. Hurst and Egan is going to be the interesting battle tonight. Nunez.
10 minutes in, 0-0.
Everybody has stayed forward, in by Eggerly. And O'Shea. And then Nunez.
Oh.
Way over the top.
It could be a night for set pieces, couldn't it? Not that we're a little bit sick to the back of our teeth by them in the top flight at the moment. But yeah, when you're faced with this predicament where a team have come to be really solid, not going to come out of their shape too often, then the likes of Kipre, O'Shea, Hurst, of course, with his size, physicality, they could potentially profit and win the points tonight for the home side. Could be one of those evenings.
And Ipswich looking for their first ever league double over Hull City tonight. A surprising rarity, given this is the 21st league season in which they've gone head to head. Miller.
Good interception, Miller.
Forward by Crooks. And Kumasa, always a willing runner. Eggerly. Monty Seawer. Furlong. There will have to be a real zip about Ipswich on the ball tonight. O'Shea. One of the Ipswich ever presence in the Championship across the course of the season, Dara O'Shea. Headed by Furlong. And certainly the pattern of play here at Portman Road has very much been set in the opening 12 minutes.
Yeah, I don't mind that from Dara O'Shea, because there is quite a few of the Hull attackers just been tempted into going and pressing, so why not play long on a few occasions if there's grass to run into? And Hurst,
Welcome to
perfectly
Stevens.
mobile,
Hull versus
try and
Ipswich
get down the
tonight.
sides of those central defenders.
Good ball out
Doing
to
the first
Greaves as
watch
well.
along.
Clark.
I've never done one before, so it's probably a little crap. But you don't try one, you're never going to know, yeah.
And Matthew Seawer. Ailey. Kipre. The pace of play feels extra important for Ipswich tonight. And up they go towards Hurst. Clever idea by Cedric Kipre, even if the execution is
Hello,
always going to be
how are you
difficult.
doing?
McNair
Arsenal
dealt with
Maddie.
it ultimately,
Good to
but
see ya.
yeah, clever idea and mixing up the game. Early part, Dara O'Shea a
First
few
watch
moments ago
along.
going long and the aerial route on that occasion, just trying to play off George Hurst, could he just knock that down or take it down for a teammate?
Forward by Slater. We talked about the head-to-head record, which of late for Hull City isn't particularly impressive. Ipswich 2-0 winners in November. But how Hull City have really surprised everybody in the Championship since then. Hurst trying to hold off Egan. Again, it is one of those fascinating individual battles in the context of the game.
Done really well again there. Hurst, proactive, positive, not just staying central and hoping that he can be found. He's moving into the challenge, he's getting the team up the pitch, and again, these could be prime opportunities tonight.
Prime position potentially here for Sindra Wally Egerle.
Get it out!
Looping delivery, and the goalkeeper uncertain momentarily there, Pandor. And Ipswich will get another corner out of it.
Well, he had his work cut out, great.
Taken out by Hughes. Furlong. And Matthew Stewart. Hurst. Nunez. Taylor. What a turn that is! And so nearly a brilliant goal.
The variation in Ipswich play has been first class, I think, in his opening 18 minutes. They haven't got the goal, had all of the ball, but they're going long on occasion, and this is a swift, intricate move on the deck. Really good play. First option, always looking to play forward. And Taylor's part of it is wonderful, all the way up until the finish. Just dragged with intensity, and they're causing Hull City all manner of problems.
Slater back to McNair. A lot of experience in this Hull City team, in this Hull City squad. At Championship level, they'll need all of it tonight. Greaves. Well, this is how it looks. Ipswich and Hull separated only by goal difference, and both still believe they can close that gap to Middlesbrough. Egerle beaten to it by Crooks, who gets it back for Miller. Coyle racing forward on the overlap.
Kane! Come on! Shoot!
Hit by Liam.
Oh,
First time maybe Crooks has got an advanced position of the ball. Would Miller have been better placed, just playing a little bit safer? You can understand what 20 minutes in is probably the first sight of goal him or any of his teammates have had. Speculative, well over the top. Could he have just played right and given Crooks the opportunity to get into the box amongst some other teammates?
Here come Ipswich at the other end. Taylor. Was aiming for Hurst, I think, but not quite right with the execution. It is a fascinating promotion race in this division, as ever, and his team are right at the heart of it, just as they were, of course, a couple of seasons ago. Already some Ipswich frustration. Here is Kipre. O'Shea. Clark.
Oh, give over.
Very close to the watchful eye of the referee.
Again, O'Shea bold with his passing though, not content just to play sideways, taking out Hull's midfield line, clipping it into Jack Clark, and he in turn spinning and driving, really working the opposition hard.
And forward comes Darnell Furlong. Clark, not quite on the same wavelength as Greaves so far tonight. Maybe you can understand that. On by Drame. Back in the starting 11 tonight for Hull City. After their dogged win and performance at Pompey at the weekend.
Good evening.
Sergei Yukinovic has built a team that know how to grind out results on the road, and that's exactly what they are.
Just joined us
aiming to
Ipswich
do
versus
tonight.
Hull City watch along.
Clark just finding that pocket of space again. On he goes, and still, having initially got beyond Hughes, it will be a corner.
And Gelhardt did well actually to stay with his man, tracked him all the way back. A good fortune, Ricochet taking it behind for yet
Good evening,
another
everyone.
corner.
Ipswich versus Hull City watch along.
Defensive line.
Massive game in the Championship.
Conclusive that angle, did it? Yeah, off Gelhardt ultimately, double deflection.
Good spot by the officials, and standing over it is Marcelino Nunez, who made the move from Norwich in August. In towards O'Shea, who went down.
Go on, Miller.
Initial head to it.
Go on.
Hull City are on the counter.
Go on.
Miller running at Matthew Seward.
Good ball.
Coyle.
Come on. Time.
Now Hughes.
Patience. That's a ball.
Is this the first real chance for Hull City? It's over the head of Gelhardt and behind. You know, because the offside flag up against Lewis Kunas.